Hi YouTubers, don't forget to comment below, like, share and subscribe. Most importantly, click the notification bell to receive all of Sharleen Clarke's podcasts.
And inspire. Welcome, listeners, to another week's episode of Inspirational Saturdays with your host, Sharleen Clarke. The host is a father, an entertainer, is a motivational speaker, none other than Tony Rebel. Tony Rebel, welcome to Supreme Vibes Radio.
Supreme Vibes Radio. Nice. Thanks for having me.
All right. So, Tony, you are an entertainer, a motivational speaker, a father, a friend, a business person, entrepreneur. I want you to tell the listeners how it started. I know it started with Patrick. Tell us how it started. How did you start on this journey of being the person you are today?
All right. So, if I'm supposed to talk to you and elaborate on everything, I'm going to take up the whole program. So, I'll be as concise as I can. First of all, I want to correct that I am not an entertainer.
Okay.
I'm an edutainer.
Thank you.
Which means I educate while I entertain.
Okay.
It's totally different. So what happened is that I actually grew up in the central part of Jamaica, which is Manchester, and St. Andrew, because I went to school over there for a little while.
And that's in Jamaica.
That's Jamaica, central part of Jamaica. So my mother actually died when I was 4, and so I never actually knew my father at that time. So all I knew was my grandmother and grandfather. And so as a child growing up with grandmom and granddad, you kind of learn a lot of parables and a lot of talk that, can help you in the future. And for some reason or another, I took most of those without even knowing that I was doing so. And so maybe at the age of about 12, I realized that I was musically inclined. All the people around me always tried to tell me that, boy, you can do the thing, yes, you can sing, you can DJ. And so it kind of propelled me to start writing 1 and 2 songs. Maybe those songs were not songs that were qualified to be recorded and all of that, even though I didn't have a producer at the time. But yeah, I used to write them. I guess you could call that my practicing moment. And I grew with that kind of a tendency until I actually entered Pop and Variety and DJ contest in Manchester twice. I won and came second 2 consecutive years, and then realized that there was not enough musical facilities there in Manchester, so I had to head to Kingston, where the team won, where
the Mecca,
the Mecca of the music.
Right.
And I was here a little while, figuring how I am going to navigate my way through the industry. I met Donovan Jermaine of Penthouse Records, and wow, the rest is history.
Right. So you're saying that you knew that you were musically inclined at the age of 11 or 12?
I actually knew that because I could plagiarize any song or any performer those days, and people would appreciate it. People who actually knew about music.
Right.
So I was motivated by that, and in turn I realized that I was a talented person. I thought I was. It was a divine mandate for me, though. That's what I think. To how it plays out until today, I think it was something divine that I had to do, regardless of what else I wanted to do.
Right. And during your early life, during your early stage of music, what and who were what were some of the things that motivated you, and who were some of your mentors to help you to keep that path going, to kind of inspire you to become who you are today?
Well, one of the main inspirer of my talent was Bob Marley. I used to listen to him I guess he died when I was around 18 years old.
Right.
And I could feel it, that this man was somebody special. I used to like just listen to his songs and listen to what he's saying and try to apply them in my life, and it really worked. Everyone who made music during that time when I was actually practicing motivated me.
Okay.
So you name them: Bob, Peter, Bunny, Jimmy Cliff, the Stevie Wonders, the Trinidadian Calypsonians, Michiganans, Smiley, Danny Hugh Roy, Rankin Joe, you name them, everybody, because I listened to everybody.
Right.
And so you could actually take parts from everybody and try to, conjure up your own style. So that was what I did, yeah.
You said that you lost your mom at an early age. Tell me, who played that motherly role for you during your youthful years?
Actually, it's my mother's mother.
Oh, so your grandmother?
Yeah, so grandma. I grew up with her. She died when I was 12, though. But
okay.
I guess the old African ways that the village grow the children. Or grows a child. So I guess everybody who I was in contact with, they actually mothered me in their own special way, and it helped until this time, because you still couldn't walk on the street and do anything wrong. Somebody's going to say, Daphne picked that, come on, go on. You know what I mean? I grew up in that kind of an environment in the country where everybody watch you and make sure that you are okay, especially them not say you're a little orphan, you're dead, so they look out for you. So
it's like a village growing the child.
Yeah.
All right, can you remember the very first time you wrote a song and actually recorded it? Can you go back to that moment and tell me what it was like for you?
So the first song I wrote was a song called Casino. They wanted to introduce Casino to Jamaica.
Right.
And so from that time I was a social commentator. So I commented on it about casino gambling coming to Jamaica, where the moralists, church people, them never want it. The economists say yes, them want it. And I was asking the people, what do you think about it? And I put all of that in song, and man, you did nice. The first time I go, I think I remember September or October 1984.
Right.
And I knew the song so well that I remember it was at Tough Gong Studios, and every time I do it, they say, boy, you do it good, but if you think you can do it better, do it. So I did it about 9 times, and every time was perfect.
Right.
That was my first.
All right, and so
the most important thing about that is the first time you hear it on radio.
Okay, so tell us about that.
Radio book. Dial up, max out.
And everybody knew that Tony Rebel was coming on the radio.
Everybody knew that. Well, I didn't know at the time that I was coming on, but I was listening because I heard that maybe it will happen. And then the first time I heard it, man, it was overjoyed.
All right, so tell me a little bit about your musical journey from then to now. Where has it taken you, and what has it done for you?
You want the whole program. Eat up. Alright, so as I say, in a more concise way, since then until now I have gone. It is easier to tell you of the places that I have been than those that I have been.
Wow.
So some whole heap of places.
Wow.
In the world, all over. From Jerusalem to Addis Ababa to Tokyo to Paris to London to the whole of the Caribbean, you name it. Remember them plenty. I have gone to some heights in my career. Like for instance, if you look over there, you see a gold record.
Yes.
That's the RIAA certified Sweet Jamaica on that compilation as a gold seller, which sold over 500,000 copies.
Wow.
and so it is also a song in the movie Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings, yes.
So I was signed to Columbia Records. Did an album for them called Vibes at the time. I also had a wonderful song with Queen Latifah called Weekend Love.
Weekend Love, yes, I know that song.
Which went over on the Billboard charts and all of that. And if you look there, you see those are 2 triple platinum from Europe, which I did with Gentleman and so forth. And yeah, man, I do one work for something. Produce some nice songs too. It's me who produce, like Job by My Side, Get a People Song, Are You Satisfied? Is Me Right? Lioness on the Rise, a Queen Africa. I do one work for something. Is Me Right? Gave you everything I've got for Garnet Silk.
Right.
Ooh.
Yes.
What was it? Produce all of that. And perform. Yeah.
All right. Those of you who knows Tony Rebel know about Rebel Salute. Now, Tony, tell us about Rebel Salute. Tell us about the birth. How did that come along? So now you're not just a what did you call it? Not an entertainer, educator.
Edutainer.
Edutainer.
I'm a promoter.
You're a promoter, producer. Tell us about JP as well. Tell us about Rebel Salute, the birth of Rebel Salute, and how you kept it going.
All right, so Rebel Salute started on the 14th of January 1994. It was just a celebration, of my Earth Day, which is on the 15th of January.
Right.
So, because I'm from Manchester, I did it at Fairs Entertainment Center, and the kind of support that I got, it was overwhelming. Myself was on it, Garnet Silk was on it. Garnet was on the first one.
Right.
Whirla Girl was on it, Diana King was on it, Freddie McGregor was on it.
And that's the first one.
That's the first one. 1994, January 14th.
Wow.
Malik Yoba, that movie star guy, he was there too. And he actually sang. They actually boo him. And Lennox Lewis was there. It was a wonderful night, but rain fell all night and nobody moved. People had to turn back. And then when the morning came, Garnet performed and me perform, and the whole vibe was such that it was inevitable that I did it again. However, the next year when I planned it and all of that stuff, I decided to move it from there. Garnet Silk died. End up having to do a tribute to him because it was like my best friend, my brother.
Right.
We moved from the sun go where you call it now, Brooks Park. So I was at Brooks Park until 2000. Since 1995 I went to Brooks Park, and then it grew so big that I had to move it again because people were parking in people's yard.
Wow.
9 o'clock the next day, them can't get to go to church.
Oh.
So the mayor actually wrote to me and said, "Boy, I really have to find a way to move it." So then I went to St. Elizabeth.
St. Elizabeth, yes.
Down at Port Kaiser Sports Club.
Right.
And then I was there until 2012. And then 2013 now.
It expanded.
And so we started the 2 days.
So first it was a one-day show.
It was just one day.
And then when you left St. Elizabeth?
I had to do it for 2 days because people were asking for it. A lot of artists want to perform on the one night, and even though it's 2 nights, we still have the same problem.
Right.
And people wanted to just come for a weekend, but we didn't have enough hotel rooms. Now we are at a place where, thousands of hotel rooms are in the surrounding area, and we have adequate space at Plantation Cove and all of that stuff. However, we did our show this year in January before COVID.
Right.
So let's see what we're going to do for January
2021.
So that's how it grew. And then it is a show that we don't sell alcoholic beverages.
Right.
We sell the indigenous roots, juices, wine from Jamaica.
Right.
We don't sell meat, only for the exception of fish. So we are advocating for healthy living in the standard of Rebel Salute. A long time ago, we tried to incorporate Jamaica and sell Jamaica to to the world. 50% of our population is foreigner.
Right.
So people leave from all over the world and just come to
That's what I was about to ask you, right?
We put heads in beds, man, and contribute to the GDP.
Which is very important.
Yeah.
So it's more like a culture show. Like when persons come to Rebel Salute, they can get a good taste of real rich culture.
Rich, authentic Jamaican culture. Because I mean, a lot of people will say that they are presenting Jamaican culture, but some of it is kind of a facade. Because some of it you can't get it outside of Jamaica. Why? Because like Rebel Salute cannot be replicated outside. Right. Because if you're going to do it in January, most of the countries who would host it, you can't have an outside venue. So that is the first thing. And then you can't replicate driving down the highway, going to Centre or going through Fern Gully, seeing those the scenes with the statues, seeing the cane man with the cane, smelling the weed, and smelling the rose can. Those things cannot be replicated. So it's the whole environment, the whole cultural experience, and then it's also like a spiritual renaissance, because all of the people who we select to perform on Rebel Salute must be able to motivate you, or inspire you. So
it's a day and night show.
Well, actually, we do it for 2 days, but it's mostly in the night that the performance is.
Right. So during the days, what happened?
During the days, we people are there. You can go and get your food. Sometimes we have people. Camping, and then during the days sometimes we have a symposium where we talk about ganja, because the government gave us the exception to do it, according to who I am and the kind of presentation that we did there. So we are some of those people who get that exemption license to do it over the period of time when we're doing Rebel Salute. So we have something that is called the herb curb, where the herb curb is not just about you coming and puffing. It's about the educational, the medicinal, the therapeutic, and also the economic too. People to understand how you can make money from it. So that is what we actually do. So during the day we have the symposium, and then we start the show. Sometimes the symposium overlap with when the show's supposed to start, because the symposium are gone bad, and some speakers from all over the world are talking about weed, and I mean the people are just overly enthusiastic about it. And then the show have to start, because if we tell you that the show will start at 7 or 8, we want it to start on time, because we have a problem sometimes with time, because to hold the show sweet, some people want to stay more than the 30 minutes when you give them, and every 2 minutes or every 5 minutes that somebody extend their time to,
it cuts into someone else's
time, and then the next person not going to want to give up their time. So sometimes we have to try and get that timing issue up. But yeah, man, a wonderful thing. We display the authentic Jamaican culture in every aspect, in food, in craft, because we have the arts village and artistic vibe. Where we present the best of Jamaica.
If you were to choose one show, which show would you say would be? Which year would you say would be would have been the best year thus far of Rebel Salute?
All of them are great. It's like you have some picnic and you just love the whole of them, even though some might did have go through the teething process. Because the earlier ones were actually the pointers for you to know not to have a traffic jam, or not to have a jam up at the gate, and all of that kind of stuff. We'll get better as we go along.
Right.
But the question that you asked, if I should think about one special show that was really great, it was the first one, when Rain Fell All Night,
and persons
and
stood there
perform on the first one. People Never Moved. That was the one that indicate to us that the people wanted shows like this. And then there was another show in 2005 with Jimmy Cliff.
Yes.
performing for about 2.5 hours without stopping.
Right.
People were spellbound.
Yes.
Can't forget that.
Yes.
Can't forget that.
All right. So with what is happening now, COVID-19, will we be saluting the Rebel 2021?
So the Gleaner has been inquiring, the radio stations has been, and all the saluters also, and now you as my friend is asking. I have 2 words, or 3, wait and see.
Okay. We want to hear from you, Patrick, as a father, as Patrick Barrett. How do you balance Patrick Barrett with Tony Rebel? Keep that balance. How do you balance the personalities?
Well, I don't even know if I get it good, but we try.
Right.
Because one of the things that, regardless of how popular you are,
Right.
who you are, you're a person. So there are certain needs or there are certain requirements that you must deal with, and especially if it all depends if you're a spiritual person,
Right.
as opposed to a religious person. So a spiritual person would know that humility is a function that is a requirement of spirituality, and he that humbleth shall be exalted. So you have to make sure, so regardless of how popular you are, or whatever you are, you have to always be grounded.
Right.
Because it's through the foundation where you are always inspired. As them say, you must dine with the king, but you must keep the common touch at all times.
Right.
And being a father is an important aspect of my life, because when people talk about you die, you go to heaven, and you get eternal life. For me, that is eternal life when you have your kids.
Right.
Because you live through your kids. You can always send off your ideas through them,
Right.
and it's your DNA. So millions of years after you're gone, that DNA will continue. Like, for instance, the DNA that I have has been coming from millions of years before.
Right.
I don't know some of those grandparents that
And
I
great
had,
grand.
and great grand. But they're some of their DNA is still here,
Right.
and I am manifesting that. So when it comes to being a father, I try my best to do all that I can do, because you only can do what you can do.
Right.
And sometimes what you do, sometimes you have to wonder if it is sufficient, because I have to be on the road a lot of times, but you have to balance that, and you can't just balance it with money. You have to balance it with your presence and your teachings and your thought. And then the next thing now is that my fatherhood is not just about my biological children.
Right.
I have a whole heap of youth who look to me, them call me father too.
Right.
They
Right.
look to me for guidance.
For guidance.
They look to me for inspiration, and I just have to do it. Even right now, you will see a whole heap of youth around, and some of them is not my biological youth, but them trust me, them can relate to me as a father figure, and I have to do the same thing, because you have to be like the sun,
Right.
and like the moon, like the air. They have this unconditionality about them, where you just give. Sometimes you don't look for nothing in return. But the nicest thing about that is the more I give, is the more I get. The blessings just surround.
Just flow. Right. So you give and the blessing just flow.
Yeah, man. Jah is always there for me, and I give thanks for that. And so I would never want to change for anything. I would want to continue up that path. And success for me too is about the amount of hurdles that I cross and survive.
How is it important for you to learn from those hurdles and keep and stay true to the dream?
The hurdles are your universities.
Okay.
So if you don't have a tribulation, go find one. If you read Bible in Revelation, it says these are they that came through great tribulation. Why is it that when you have tribulation going through, you worry about it?
Right.
Those things are what strengthen you. Show the mettle that you have to continue. So don't run away from them.
Right.
Challenges are something that can strengthen you.
Right.
But figure out how you're going to deal with it. Like when Bob said, when one door is closed, many more is open.
Right.
So you might look at a closed door, but it's because you don't look good Why you don't see say one open right beside it, but your myopic focus was just one place. So you have to open up the headspace because we don't use enough of the capacity that we have. So, in your spiritual realm, you learn all of these things, and you don't worry about what you don't have either.
Right.
Because success is not about what you have.
Right.
Or what you accumulate. Your valuables are not your value.
Right.
So you get that value within you. You know what I mean? Different from the valuables, because you leave the valuables at time. You know what I mean? And once you start understand to give thanks for what you have. Some people don't give thanks and cherish what they have. They're more looking for what they don't. And sometimes you can't miss what you never have. So if you protect and take care of what you have and nourish it and cherish it and give thanks for it, yeah man, your soul will be satisfied.
So basically you're saying humility, being humble is key.
Yeah man.
Understanding the spiritual realm of things, being appreciative and understanding the difference between valuables and values, right, is important to being successful.
Definitely. And success is more the hurdles that you overcome. And being successful is not being a man who have money like Mr. Bill Gates, because those are just valuables.
Right.
But it's about feeling healthy, because your health is your wealth.
Right.
So it's about knowing how to eat, how to exercise, how to keep your soul intact.
Right.
How to love people, how to relate to people, how to relate to the trees, the animals, the environment. These are all your family. Like for me, I don't consider myself being in the universe. I am.
The universe.
Yes. A big part of it.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? Some people think, oh, I'm in this thing. No, I'm an extension. Yeah, I am that I am.
It was really indeed a pleasure, Patrick. Thank you for taking the time out to allow me to have this chat with you. I know we have had many chats, but they have never been recorded and they have never been shared. So thank you for allowing me to share with my listeners, you know, your experience, your success, and the importance of being true to who you are in order to realize your success, and understanding, most importantly, understanding values and valuables, differentiating both. Tony Rebel.
Your valuables are not your values.
Your valuables, hear that, listeners? Your valuables are not your values. We'll meet again.
Yeah, man.
This Pat and Tony live and direct from Kingston, Jamaica, endorsing Supreme Vibes Radio. I don't know, a big thing. Yeah? Supreme Vibes is on your radio. Whoa, we're on your radio. Whoa, play the rubber dub style and the real reggae music. Supreme Vibes Radio, endorsed by I, Pat and Tony. Flash it.